Fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. This is the evening talks. And we are here to talk about some boxing. When you guys come in, hit that like button for me as we proceed. I just been chopping some videos, taking a load off at the park, kind of under the weather right now. So, you know, I have one of the worst colds that you can actually get. The worst colds you can actually get is a summer cold, because actually the summer colds are the opposite. You know, when it's cold, you want to stay away from the cold outside and stay within warm. Well, in the summer, when everything's cold in the inside, so the whole idea, you want to stay mildly warm or room temperature most of the time. So that's what's going on with me right now, guys. But anyway, let's talk about some boxing, man. We got a lot of back and forth going with Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Tony Bellew's blasting Tommy Fury for not stepping up and being a real boxer. What else we have? Connor Ben, you know, he's training like the Dickens. We have Chris Eubank Jr. He's looked like he's getting fat, honestly. So I don't think he's really taking it as serious, you know, and it could cost Chris Eubank, even though I think Chris Eubank is a lot bigger than Conor Ben. But a lot of times that doesn't really matter in some cases, okay? So and what else do we have? We have, of course, Ruiz taking on Ortiz. That's going to be tomorrow. I'll be live for that, so you guys stay tuned. You know, I'm interested in seeing the crowd. How many guys see that fight going to distance? You know, Mr. Box, he was eating KFC while in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I seen him. You know, like Chris Eubank has just been chilling, man. And, you know, it's weird because you see him eating. It's like, dude, I can see you like as a fat dude. You know, some rando, punch counter boxing. Okay, punch counter boxing, punch counter to you. Let's hit that like button as we come through. Bars, we're dropping bars each and every time, all the time. Here we go. I know everything from the Diddle I Joe to Damned If I Know. What else? Yeah, man. This is definitely like a leisure day. I know a fight comes on today, actually, in Mexico. I might check out. You know. But it's weird though with Tyson though. I think Tyson is going to I think he's talking too much shit not to fight. You know what I mean? He's talking too much right now. At this present moment of time, he just dropped something else I got to counterpunch. So, you know, Tyson has really been coming at Alexander Usyk. And, you know, the thing about Usyk, though, he has not really been that quiet guy. He's been, you know, really speaking his mind also. So I think he knows, like, hey, you know, if you're gonna last with Tyson Fury, you got to get with him some type of way. You know, at least speak your mind. You know, don't let him get so. Don't let him get to you as much. So you're copying Blue Blood by doing this in your car, dude. Some rando. Do you know how many videos I do in my car traveling? Really? Did not get that shit from Blue Blood Sports TV. Matter of fact, like probably one of my earliest videos, maybe my third video that I've ever did on YouTube was in a car. And matter of fact, I remember who it was. It was Adrian Broner taking on Sean Porter, because I watched it at Fast Eddie's. It's a pool hall. So I used to watch those fights at the pool hall, but it was cool because I was cool with the manager. And after the fight was over, he used to give me the promotion posters. So I took the posters and took them to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and got them framed. Let's see. Rudy Parsons, surely Eubank eating KFC is all mind games. I mean, man, you can eat UFC, KFC. You can eat KFC while you train. Just I wouldn't recommend it all the time. You know what I mean? But actually, if your body's not, if you don't eat it all the time, it'll, like a lot of people that stay in shape, like Chris Eubank, like damn near year round. If you eat something like that, it brings a shock to your body. Yeah. He sees this as a challenge, but he don't want to admit it, and Usyk will give as good as he gets from Tyson. Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, if you look at what Tyson Fury's putting into all this trash talk, you should see that. I've been watching you for a long time. Some rando, I know. And if you haven't, you should know that. Fury's scared of Usyk. It's obvious now. Double GS. Irish, just found you on my channel. You're going, if you don't mind, the Galway gal. On my channel, you're going, if you don't mind, the Galway gal. You know, actually, I got a good friend, Barry. He's from Galway. You know, Barry Hanley. He's a stunt performer. Look him up. He's one of my friends, one of my stunt brothers. Byron Newton. Kurt, do your impressions of Charles Martin reaction when Ortiz whacked him. It was funny as hell. Byron Newton. We need to start dropping these super chats and super stickers and stuff up in here. I need to get some medicine for my chest. Carp man. Fury is not scared of him. Fury will beat him up. I think if Fury takes the fight, and it's just not trash talk, he's gonna have to. $500 million, he's scared. No, would be crazy if somebody came up with $500 million. If somebody came up with $500 million, Tyson Fury would break all records, because no one could say that they've made that amount of money in one night. Not even Floyd Money Mayweather. Charling as well. I will spell, please. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, Barry Hanley. It's Barry, Barry, Hanley, Handly or Ley. Yeah, he was in the last. He was in that new up and coming George Foreman movie. Ayman Salim. Supposedly Usyk wins, or well, even if he loses, do you think Usyk will retire? Yeah, because if he doesn't want to fight anybody else, why would he stick around after he's already lost the ultimate title? There's no one else that he can fight, and there's no one else I think he feels that he needs to fight to prove himself. And you have to take into account, I don't think Usyk went to the heavyweight division just to hang around. I think he went to the heavyweight division to do a particular task, and then after that, he's done. So if he beats Tyson Fury, one of those guys will come out unscathed. You know? He's from Galway. He's not in Galway right now. Usyk will set the work rate, but can Tyson keep it up for 12? Well, that's a question. I mean, can he? Can he keep it up for 12? Fury is not a box office draw. Asking for $500 million is ludicrous. Fisher genius. I don't know why he would ask for that amount of money, but then see, he kind of put his foot in his mouth by saying Usyk is an unknown foreigner that doesn't speak English. Well, you're demoting the whole idea of wanting $500 million. It's stupid. Bro, Usyk is not Wilder. No, he's not. And even Wilder wasn't Wilder. Let's be real. Wilder came in at 238 pounds. That man has came in at 209, 215, 221. Like, for him to be at 238 with them skinny ass legs he got, come on, man. He couldn't hold that. His frame is, he has broad shoulders. All of his muscles are in his back. You know, like, so mostly that right hand, but, you know, Wilder has the muscles consilsive in his back. So that's where his muscles sets. That's where his strength is, you know. His legs have to do the work of carrying that shit around. I wonder Usyk will fight anyone else. Usyk and Andy don't kill me. Still looks like an okay matchup, since Andy has a bit of movement and power too. No, he'll just give Andy fits. He'll give Andy fits, and he'll make Andy frustrated, and he'll just box Andy. He'll do what Joshua did, but better. It's just he'll do it from the southpaw stance, and he probably will make Andy Ruiz follow him. And I think that's what Usyk does. You start following a guy that boxes, and then you find out that boxer can actually punch, you know? And that's what Usyk does. So with the feints and the movement and the constant, like, head on a swivel, that makes you tired, you know? And he'll beat Andy up, and Andy will be like, fuck, I'm tired of this, you know what I mean? Andy might pull a no mas in the rematch of Duran-Leonard. He might pull a no mas. He might just quit because he'll get tired of Usyk, you know, just doing what he's doing. Unicat comes in talking about Fury will destroy Usyk. You know, that would be a crazy thing to see. It would be funny as hell, to be honest with you, like, because then everybody's gonna say, "See, I told you his ass was too small. I told you, you big dulcer. I was going to destroy the middleweight. It wasn't anything. It wasn't a fair fight. Anthony Joshua, you bodybuilder. I took out Deontay. He's second. He'll knock you out, you bum. But I want you, you big dulcer, and I want 500 milli." Yeah, man. Look, like, you know, Tyson Fury will talk so much shit if he beats Usyk. Listen. No, I don't have my microphone with me. Damn. But he'll be like, listen, you big dulcer. Let me tell you something. I can beat all of you, all you heavyweights. You need to bow to the Gypsy King. You couldn't even lace up my boots. This shit should be on pay-per-view. Oh, man. Look, the dude is like Tyson, and that freak runs over Usyk. That shit would be funny. Because it would be this big bald-headed dude beating the shit out of this little trickster, you know what I mean? It's crazy. I think will not be easy, but Fury gonna win. Psycho Crusher, what's up, Kurt? Love your picture title. That's hilarious. Yeah, man. I told you I can beat the jokester. He's a trickster. I'm Batman. I'm Bruce Wayne. I'm the Avenger. I came back as a British Avenger, and I took over the belts from another Ukrainian bum. I can take them all out. Vitaly's lucky he didn't face the Gypsy King. I would have took him in. I would have whooped him, and I would have did it in one swing. Bars. I would have told and whooped everybody. Lennox Lewis, he didn't fight me either. Yeah, he would have just like Tyson, and then, you know, the strange thing, and this is the scary thing about Tyson. Tyson beats Usyk, then Tyson goes on a fucking drinking spree with his dad doing coke and shit. I don't have anything to live for anymore. I've done it all. I must fight Joshua, but he might not mentally be ready, because I told you he was a pompous bastard. He was a bum. Massive fan of both fighters. Seriously hope that happens. Me too, man. Me too. Remember Alexander Krusik expressing that Usyk was excited at the fact that he was to beat Joshua twice during the negotiation stages. Yeah, he did say that. Because they already know once you fight Anthony Joshua, you're going to have to fight him again. That's the problem. You get the plan, and that's what happened with Andy Ruiz. That motherfucker, you know, oh, I'm just so ready to fight Wilder. I'm ready to be undisputed. You know, they high-fiving and fist bumping. I'm ready to fight you, Wilder. Wilder, I know you here. High five. Chest bump. You know, and what happened? His ass got bopped. Fucking Joshua came out there looking like a heavyweight from the 1970s. Come out there looking like fucking Wilt Chamberlain and shit. Come out there looking like Wilt Chamberlain. I've had sex with 10,000 women. What? Why? Wow. You know what I mean? I hope Fury don't turn into a wrestling match. Well, I mean, he would have to. If it gets to the point Fury starts getting outboxed, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to start doing all type of dirty shit. But let's be fair. If you look at that Joshua fight, Joshua likes to grab you behind the head and cuff you and then uppercut you. He was going to do that. He was going to do that shit to, he was going to do that to Vlad before he hit him. It's just Vlad, he snatched his arm away, but he put that arm there to see where Vlad was going to be, because Vlad was the jab and grab. So what Joshua did, he knew that Vlad was going to bring him in. So Joshua cuffed him and then came up with that uppercut. But as he came up, he moved his hand and it looked more, it was a devastating punch. Uh-oh. I felt a raindrop, guys. It fell right on my lip. AJ's leg movements are dead ringer for a Russian in Rocky IV. He gave Vlad the stretch arm, strong neck. He did, but see what he did? He had his left. Look at that shit again. If you look at Joshua, what he was doing, he was actually holding his punch, right? He was actually holding the back of Vlad's neck. And then when he came up with that right, he moved it. And when he moved it, pow! That's when that punch ignited. And then stretched his damn neck up. And his head almost popped out off the top of his neck. It was crazy. He knew Vlad was hurt too. He knew I got him. Yes, you did. Now you're saying what's not going to happen exactly. Fury can't keep Usyk down. Too much experience. Well, he's not going to be able to do the same shit. That's why it's going to be interesting. Because I think, and I see Tyson Fury's going to have to really work. And I see Fury getting frustrated. You know, but what happens when Fury gets frustrated, he gets mad. You know. And when you get Tyson Fury mad, I think a lot of shit's gonna come out of Fury, because see, Fury has been fighting all of his life. It ain't like he picked this shit up once upon a time in his late teenage years. You know what I mean? He's been doing this for a long time. His dad was a pro. His damn uncle was a pro. You know, it's a lot of those guys. You know, the Furies, they're like second from like the Mayweathers. Yeah, because you got to think about it. You know, I mean. Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's dad is kind of equal to Floyd Mayweather Sr., right? Evening, Kurt. Blessings from the UK. Usyk beats Fury. Danny Champion. Hey, well, you know, and that comes to show you he's from the UK. You know, and that's what you have. You know, if you believe that just shows you believe in Usyk. I just watched Joshua and Usyk again. I watched it today. You know, and Joshua just didn't do enough. I mean, when, like, he didn't have that instinct of when you got hit with a good shot or 2 or 3 shots, because Usyk would shoe shine his ass, but then he would hit him with a pretty decent shot. But nonetheless, you're supposed to answer that. And there was a lot of unanswered exchanges that Joshua couldn't answer. So he left you with a lot of like dead space where he didn't do anything. You know, and that's exactly what I was talking about. So I don't see Tyson Fury doing that. I think when Tyson Fury gets hit, Tyson Fury is going to retaliate equally. And I think, a lot of people, for people like Roy Jones and Eddie Hearn, that thinks that the fight's going to be boring, pay them no mind, because we don't know. Eddie might just be still jaded because of his fighter losing the decision, and Roy Jones Jr. sees it as somebody that's just so technical that it can't be exciting. But if it is that type of fight, don't say they didn't warn you. Don't say they didn't warn you, because that type of thing happens in the sport of boxing. Fury's another dirty fighter, won't work in Usyk. I tried. AJ tried to. Yeah, well, and I noticed when AJ tried to lean on Usyk turned out. He didn't let Joshua lean on him. He just wasn't going to do it. Do you think Shannon Briggs beats George Foreman fairly? Did he think? I don't remember that fight. I have to watch it again, man. I know it's some comment behind it, but I don't really remember it, to be honest. Fury won't keep that pace. Usyk's movement is a problem, plus 700 punches in the heavyweight. Yeah. But if anything, the size is going to matter, and I think it will benefit Usyk. Because it's hard. It's easier to pin down a bigger guy or a taller guy versus it is from a shorter or a smaller guy. For one, he's more mobile because he's smaller. But two, he's a smaller person, so you're not going to be able to grab him like you would a taller fighter that's easy to commit to or submit rather to your grabbing or whatnot, because they're tired. So if they're tired, they're going to be easily grabbed simply because they're tired and they want to break themselves. Whereas Usyk's not going to do that shit. Usyk is going to spin out, and he's going to turn out and to show him and everybody else around him, like, look, I'm still game. I still have fast reflexes, and I'm showing you round after round. I'm showing you're not going to be able to do that to me. I'm not going to let you do those type of tactics and antics. You're not going to grab me and lean on my back. I'm not going to lean over on top of you. I'm not going to do that shit. You know what I mean? And he knows someone that big like Tyson Fury, he would be a damn fool to allow Fury to do that. Because that's one of the oldest tricks in the book. When somebody leans on you, you're bending over. First of all, you don't even supposed to bend over to pick anything up. That's already a flawed position that humans have got so accustomed to over the years. You're supposed to use your legs. So if you see something that's down, you're supposed to squat. Your legs are the strongest and biggest muscles in your body. That's what they're for. You don't bend over. Let me bend over. And then what happens, all your weight from the front of your body is putting stress on your lower back. And your lower back suffers. So that's how people end up with spasms and all types of shit like that. Because they're bending things, they're doing it improperly. So imagine if you're bending over and somebody is leaning on top of you. So not only do you have your own weight, then somebody else is leaning their top body weight on top of that. Yeah, that's taking juice right out of your back that makes you that much tireder. Seriously. So, so yeah, that bending over and let a guy hang on me, that's not what you're supposed to do. Come on. Why resist when someone bigger leans on you? Just take a knee and rest. Well, you can take the knee, or you can get the hell out of the way. You can do that as well. Because a lot of people don't understand, like, somebody's coming on you, let's circle around, or let's spin him around. Grab him and spin around, or shove him off. Because it's better to do that rather than allow that person to lay on you. Because that's a tactic. That's a tactic. One of the oldest tactics in the book. That makes you more fatigued, that makes you more tired, and all that. How do you think a fight will end, Usyk Fury? It might go 12 rounds. Unless Fury gets so gassed out trying to knock out Usyk and that shit don't work. And but I don't know. Usyk's a different. I mean, Fury's a different type of fighter, though. I even seen him because imagine him going into the ring with Deontay Wilder the first time, and we all know Wilder ain't a pressure guy, so you know you could take that into consideration. But he still was able, even though he was dropped by Wilder, he was still able to rally back. And I just see Fury with more heart than that. I just see more, than someone like Joshua that thinks he's going to win a fucking decision just because you went to 12 rounds. You did that the last time and you lost the decision. So why would the fuck would you think that you're going to win a decision because you're in Saudi Arabia? None of that shit makes sense to me. Then it just shows me either he thought that, hey, I'm doing well, I was lied to again, but then nobody's thought to tell this motherfucker like, yeah, dude, you remember what happened last time? You could lose this shit. That's the champion. You're not the champion. You're the challenger. Even though you're the cash cow, you're still the challenger. And you have to make sure you can't leave it in the hands of the judges. Go all out swinging. That people would have respected that more. If Joshua would have showed that he threw more punches, showed that he wanted it more. He didn't. I think he wanted to last. And even after the last bell rang on the 12th round, Joshua was kind of walking around like he was drunk. Like a fucking staggering hobo just came out of saloon. And I'm thinking, like, wow, what's up? You got to do more than land like a couple right hands in a fight, But I just see Tyson doing more. I see him doing more, man. But Usyk had AJ in the high guard all night. Yeah, he had him in the high guard all night, but you got to do more than just be in the high guard. You could say, well, hey, he did block a lot of these shots, yada, 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 yada. You could say that. I'm not, I won't dispute that, but because a lot of people, Usyk was pity patting. But see, pity patting is better than doing nothing at all. And Joshua wasn't swinging. If you like, Usyk would hit him with like 8 punches. Joshua would throw none. And I seen that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Get him back. Keep going. Does Fury still want the 500 mil? Bryce, I don't know. I don't know if he wants the 500 mil or not. I honestly don't know that. Usyk is like a hardy fish that just won't die. I don't know if I would necessarily call a cat a fish necessarily. You know what I mean? I won't be disrespectful like that. That means it's all about, can Usyk capitalize more on being small? He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to, and I think that he can. I think people will look at that fight, a smaller guy that's fast, fighting a bigger guy that's fast. I'm the white rabbit, says Gabby. Yeah, because AJ felt that power. Well, he hit AJ enough for AJ not to just, because if a guy's not hurting you, he should have, he should have walked through those punches. Because I remember Deontay Wilder, said it best. He was like, man, I'm going to walk through your punches, Tyson. You can't punch, Tyson. You remember that? How would you rate Usyk as he wins? He's the best heavyweight. That's it. He's the best heavyweight. That's all. Maybe so, but his size and weight is still impressive. Yeah, Tyson Fury's size and weight is impressive because he's able to move being a big guy. Usyk trying to wait Fury out, making him wait a year between fights. Daniel Crawford, I think that's kind of dumb because Usyk is older than, because, next year Usyk will be 36. He's 35 now. So I don't know what you mean by that. Tyson Fury just turned 34. So if anybody's waiting anybody out, it should be Tyson, because Tyson's a younger fighter, you know? Oh, okay. Usyk is a catfish, slippery and highly what is this? How did you say it? Maneuverable. Like, damn, that shit would not come out. 80 people watching. Click the light, you bums. I know, right? It's 80 people here. He means keep Tyson out of the ring and hopes he is ring rusty. Oh. I don't know. I mean, because Usyk only fought once this year. Tyson Fury only fought once this year. You know, I think Tyson. You know, if that's the case, if that's a danger for them, I think they should take a tune-up fight. You know, Tyson loves a good old tune-up. Tyson, Mr. Switcheroo. I don't think Usyk can touch Fury, especially if Fury ducks him. Tyson is the one who retired. Now, that is true. A lot of these are some good statements, people. Very good statements. You can't say he's the best heavyweight as he's not fought all these young, hungry heavyweights coming up. Fury is a slimy cheat. Damn. And I'm from the UK. AG, Usyk shouldn't need no more than February to fight. No, he shouldn't. I agree. It shouldn't be pushed back to May or no time. That shouldn't be. But Tyson has already said, well, hey, it doesn't matter when it's going to be. I'm going to smash you whenever it comes. I want Usyk to school Fury and shut his big mouth. That's if he can. Because, I mean, Tyson Fury, man, has a high ring IQ. He ain't just this shit-talking guy that people accuse him of cheating. No, he's actually a good fucking fighter. The only problem is he hasn't expressed it or displayed it enough with other fighters to know if he is or not. You have to do better than Vlad, Wilder, and fucking White. You know? I know Egg waits. Usyk's gonna make him his bag man. Guys, hold on a second. Let me order this pizza and I will be right back. Okay, okay. I am back, dudes. Some pizza and picking up some bud probably. Oh, okay. I really want to know what pizza. Oh man, I'm at Papa John's, right? So I got the pepperoni and sausage with 6 cheese with the stuff with the pepperoni inside. Then I got some pan pasta trio, like a meat trio. So, and like I got it for like 16 bucks. It's crazy. Yeah, man, it's good stuff, man. I had to get something to eat. They both have good gas tanks, but I think Usyk probably may gas out first, trying to get Tyson where he can touch him up. Maybe. I mean, we'll just know. We'll just know when it happens. You know, Kurt, you sure you're not a ninja turtle in disguise because you eat a lot of pizza? I don't know, man. Be fighting crime and shit, martial artists and shit. Papa knows pizza. Absolutely. Some nice grub mate. Got Chinese here in the UK. I heard that. So it's yet to be seen. AJ losing to Usyk is no shame, but losing to Ruiz is embarrassing. That is true. You know, and I think AJ sees it all the same. And I'm like, dude, you really shouldn't, because that AJ, look, he needs to come back to the States though. That tour shit. And I'm banking that, I'm banking that Eddie Hearn try to talk AJ out of fighting in the Americas. I think Eddie Hearn has flashbacks about fighting over here. Why don't you do Papa John's commercial? Why not? I'll do one. But that's from a different, that's a national. And that's national commercials are very difficult to bang. Or to book, rather. Would Usyk be among your top 5 boxers of all time if he wins? Heavyweights, yeah. If you're looking at heavyweights, because he would definitely be like where Holyfield is, because see, him and Holyfield were the only guys that went there and stayed there and did what they did. See, if he fights Tyson Fury, understand that will be his 5th fight at heavyweight. See, Roy Jones went up and beat John the Quiet Man Ruiz, but he didn't stay there. He went back down south. And that was actually his downfall. He probably should have stayed there, because he put on a lot of muscle. He did it gracefully. He didn't like get bulked up overnight. Roy Jones was like on his way from 160 to 168 to 175, then to cruiser, then to heavyweight. So, I mean, he didn't just jump up there. Kurt, do you like Shovlaki with... I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I like gyros. I love gyros with lamb meat, bro. I love them. No hammer, he fight Fury first. No hammer, he fight Fury, a first class cheater. Holyfield fought how many heavyweights? He fought Michael Moore. He fought George Foreman. He fought Lennox Lewis twice. He fought Mike Tyson twice. He fought Riddick Bowe, 3 fucking times? So Holyfield fought a gang of fighters, man, and that is a guy that was coming up from cruiserweight. So, Carlos, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you, man. I was trying to get I mentioned I got a good friend of mine, Nick Stahl. He's an actor, and he lives in Austin, and he was coming through there, so he might check it out. I don't know if he will or not, but if you see a guy in there, well, you know what? Hit me up. Just text me, because I don't really use the messenger much. So just hit me up. Eddie said that Usyk Fury would be boring. Yeah, he did. But I think he's low-key hating, though, because, Eddie lost. Eddie lost too, but Anthony Joshua lost. I just can't get over the shit. Like, AJ did that shit. He he was pissed off. And I think when he, like, if he would have just did one thing, like, yo, fuck y'all, and left, I think that would have been better than him saying, fuck y'all, leaving, stopping, thinking, then coming back, then doing this. Because then people start, man, that was some fake shit he did. How did you beat me? I'm 18 stones. You know, how did you beat me? Power doesn't win fights. Power. I'm like, dude, you tripping. He fucked up. The Ukrainians jumped on him and beat his ass. There's been a riot in there, you know, and it's fucked up. And it'll be another jacked up thing to see, you know, like Robert and Angel not even fight. They just be like, I didn't get paid for this. For Ukraine! Just beat him down. Oh, my eye. Oh, fuck you. Oh. Yeah, it's crazy. Because we've already seen Andy beat the shit out of him. And it was so short because Andy's a short guy. He beat the shit out of that big, tall guy, man. It just doesn't even look right. It doesn't even look right, man. I don't want to see AJ take them belts to China and Australia against trash. What belts? He ain't got no belts. ZCA 7S. He doesn't have any belts. What are you talking about? He ain't got them belts no more. I sucked drugs. I was going to jail. You don't have to. You don't have to. I was talking. Oh, shit. And Eddie said, it's funny. Eddie said, I wasn't going to fucking say nothing to him. He'll be rolling around on the floor with AJ. Yeah, AJ was then trying to fight. You know, like, if he was, I don't think he would have done that in America, though. Like, if he would have done that shit in America, they would have clowned him so hard for that shit. Oh, you want to fight now, huh, motherfucker? Why didn't you fight that motherfucker with a little string of hair in his head? Now you want to get bad, huh? You know, dude, dude, it's crazy. You know, yeah, it's crazy. What'd you say? What? What'd you say? I was like, damn, AJ getting mad. Like, dude, you was just tired not too long ago. like Rocky Balboa. Well, you didn't do that to Usyk, Joshua. Yeah, you know, you got a hold of your fist and you wouldn't fucking swing it. I mean, I'd swing. It's like Drago and it's like Club Lang. I swing at the fight. You know. AJ flattened Ruiz. Yeah, well, you know, that was the first knockdown of Ruiz's career. And he was like, oh God. I better get up. I better show my Mexican machismo. I'm better than this. And he showed him too. I got him. Kurt, my brother from another mother. Costea. Lorenzo. Counterpunch to you, brother. Man, that shit was funny, though. I was like, to go back in shock, though, to June 1st. Was it June 1st? Yeah, 2019. I'll never forget that night, man. Because, you know, I was still working like a 9 to 5. And it was crazy. And I was a server. And I was watching that shit. And like, I came out like, hey, how you guys doing? You know, I'm Kurt. I'm here to serve you guys and take care of, you know, all this shit. And then, like, when Joshua got knocked down, I'm like, oh, fuck. I come out like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. That shit, man, look, that shit was shocking, though, man. It was like, yo, what the fuck happened? You know? You do, Ruiz, well. I wanted to hold the belts. I won't throw them in the trash. I'm going to put it around my belly and my tetas. I'm going to put this one on my left teta. I'm going to put this right one on my right teta. And then I'm going to put this one in the middle, right up under my pinga. Then I'm going to have love to my woman and make a baby with my belts. We'll call this baby WBA. His middle name will be WBC. No, it could be WBC. And the middle name will be IBF. Hey, that's WBA, IBF, WBO, Ruiz. Ruiz ain't the same anymore. Ruiz don't have to be. If he gets knocked out by Ortiz, that shit'll be funny. And you know who'll be talking? Wilder. I told y'all, when y'all fight that old ass Cuban, I'm the only one that can do that. That's why Joshua and Eddie didn't want that shit, because they knew that Cuban was going to take his head off and knock his ass back to Britain. He was going to get a one-way ass beating from Cuba. And the only body that can whoop Cuba is a man from Alabama with my strong black strength. I'll fight to the death. He had me hurt, but I told him I was going to come back and I was going to knock you out. I'm out of here, man. Everybody sleeping on Ruiz. I told y'all I was the only one that did that to him. Nobody else, not Martin, not nobody. He was losing in both of those fights before the knockout. Yeah. Ortiz was beating the shit out of him. Then Wilder just came with that power. And what happened? Ortiz got too comfortable in both fights. He got too comfortable. Even with the both fights, Ortiz was winning. I mean, you couldn't give it to Wilder because Wilder's not a pressure guy. He's not a volume puncher. He's a sharp-shifting one-hitter quitter. That's what he does. The hammer from Alabama, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't need to fight you all night. I just hit you with one shot. Balls. Not balls. Not bars. Balls. I agree. It was easy work and he got lazy. Yeah. Next thing you know, he thought he was in fucking Guantanamo. I agree. It was easy work and he got lazy. One trick didn't seem to last. You know, see, that's all Fury did was get up from the one trick pony. That one big ass shot, he got up from it. That's it. That's why he's reviewed as the best boxer today, because he did that to him. Try and do some Usyk. I am very feel. Tyson Fury. Come to the ring. Come back to the ring. I am very feel. He got these fucking eyes that look like he murders people on the side. You know, I think he went to war. He's like, I get to murder for fun. I do my second job. Murder Russian fuck cocksucker. Oh, man. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. You too. Damn, they brought it out to me. Cool. When Usyk got the cheeseburgers from Derek. Oh, yeah, cheeseburger. Oh, yeah. Oh. You know, Derek See, Derek looks at it like this. You guys don't understand Derek. Derek's making $2 or $3 million for a fight. If he's making 1.8 or some shit like that, he knows I just got paid. Lex Gaming YT, he said it's safe as it's safe. There's burgers, man. Five Guys burgers. And you know, I'm not really a Five Guy burger fan, you know, because me and Carlos will tell you, you know, if you had a burger like in the South, like a real burger, Five Guys is garbage, bro. You know, a mom and pop's place would shut Five Guys down. The only problem would be a mom and pop's place that's expanding would get too commercialized and it would lose its flavor, I think. You know, unless they kept this, that you would have to keep certain people there to do certain things. You know? the shit'll turn into like a Griff's or something like that. Got to give Chisora credit. He took decent opponents. Derek Chisora won a lot. He made a lot of money, man. That's the type of money you want. And and see Derek, he knows the game too. See, he knows the game. Dillian White knows the game. They know, those guys made some money. They can sit around, scratch their balls, eat Kellogg's Corn Flakes, and play Xbox all fucking day, or PlayStation all day long if they wanted to. But the problem with that is, big guys like that, massive barbarian sized guys, 240, 250, if they did start just say, fuck it, and I'm going to hang out at home, they could find themselves in a situation like Buster Douglas, like Shannon Briggs. Let's go, champ! Shannon Briggs, man, got like to 400 pounds once upon a time. Yo, Kurt, I didn't know you were an actor, man. Were you a stunt double for someone in Black Panther? I'm sure your name is in some credits. Yeah. Actually, I was. I doubled Forrest Whitaker. I doubled him a couple times, so it ain't like, Dillian not so white. I never heard that one. Dillian not so white. No, he's not white. Yeah, I used to think of that when I was a kid, like, you see people like Daniel Blackman. I'm like, but you're a white guy. Why are you Blackman? You know what I mean? Like until it finally made sense, when Michael Blackston, motherfucker, you motherfucker. I think Usyk is the best in this era. Even Peter Fury said Usyk is the real deal. Haven't seen such a talent in a long time. Well, I think people around Tyson will know the truth, and I think Tyson knows the truth. Tyson knows he's talking all that shit because he knows that this is the type of fight that he could actually lose. And he knows this is a fight for him. Because I don't think Tyson worries about losing. I don't think he worries like that. I think he knows he has to be in shape. Because if he's not, Usyk's going to dance circles around him until he gets tired. And then he's going to take off with the fight. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's what he did to Joshua. Joshua's stamina issues will always play a problem. And for him, like saying, I'm 18 stone. I can't move like I'm 15 stone. All that shit, like, that's just telling you he ain't intending on losing any weight because his fucking image is on the line and he's worried about his image. If Joshua learned anything in Saudi Arabia the first time, he should have learned that I fight better, I'm quicker, I have better energy when I'm smaller. We haven't seen the best of Usyk yet. Well, we haven't seen him fight some other fighters because he's not going to fight everybody the same way. See, he didn't fight Tony Bellew like he fought Joshua. He didn't fight Joshua like he fought Derek Chisora. He's just not going to do that. I mean, you see the in and outs. You see those qualities of him in there. You see those. But you don't really see, you haven't really seen him do that with all these other fighters, and what can he do and how will he approach different fighters. That's why I love to see him fight Tony Bellew, because Tony Bellew is a slick boxer, bro. And a lot of people that really would hate on Usyk, and not really give AJ credit for fighting Usyk will say, oh man, Tony Bellew was beating the shit out of Usyk. What Usyk was doing was he was waiting to see what Tony Bellew had to offer. He was saying everything that he could do, everything that he was going to do, everything that he had the potential of doing. That's what Usyk wanted to see. And he's seen everything that Tony Bellew had to offer. But he had to see it first. So what he had to do, he had to download the information. He had to observe. He had to infiltrate. Then he attacked. If you notice in the rounds 1, 2, 3, 4 of that fight, Usyk didn't really even fight. I mean, and he took shots. And you could tell Usyk was pretty pissed, because Usyk was just like, yeah, you motherfucker, I will fucking hit you and knock you out later. But I need to stop and I need to focus on my plan, my objective. Fuck. I am filled. I am very filled. Da. What's up, brother? CP2U. I like that. You know what? I'm gonna get a shirt that says CP2U. Cool. Tyson Capri Tyson Capri, cause he's always capping. Yeah, that's true. But you know, Tyson, man, he's gonna do that. He's gonna do that. Quad life. Blessings to you, my brother. Capping and ducking. Fuck you. Fuck you. Kurt, are you still counterpunch? Are you still boxing? No, man. You know what? After I had I haven't done anything. I've got some little weights that I've been working on, just shadow boxing here lately, but I haven't done anything. I'll give myself another week, and then I'll get it. I'll hit back hard. Thoughts on Steven Espinosa defending Tank? No, I didn't catch the memo. Pound 0808. Pound 0808. This has become the Fury bashing channel, and it's sad. Nah, nobody's bashing Fury. Not at all. See, here's the thing, though. People think it's a Fury bashing channel because Tyson Fury says something, and then when you call him out on the bullshit, if you're a fan of Tyson Fury, then you have to defend that bullshit. Then you'll say stuff like that, which you shouldn't, because that's not true. I mean, see, this is a very objective channel. You know, we talk about anybody. You know, let's talk about Usyk for a minute. Why not fight? If Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight him, why not fight Wilder? You've already beat Joshua. Now, he could say because Wilder has nothing to offer, and that would make a lot of sense because Wilder doesn't. That's just like him fighting Joshua the third time. Why? Joshua doesn't have anything to offer. That rematch contract has been fulfilled. He's fulfilled the obligations of that contract that he signed the first time before he fought AJ. So there you go. Shit. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you have, you know, when people, I listen to people, you can say what you want to, but don't say, oh, this is a bias ass channel. No, it's right to talk about every single body or person in fighting. I actually like your outlook. Yeah. I mean, with Fury, though, when Fury says something, you got to call it, and then you got to talk about it. That's all we do. I state what a person or a fighter or a promoter or a trainer says. Then what I'll do, I will break it down. You know. Stop it. Fury doesn't struggle with smaller fighters. For the most of his career, he has fought smaller guys. Y'all take that Cunningham early knockdown too seriously. After the knockdown, he billed SS. What's SS? Fury's going to beat Usyk, but as you stated, Fury has to come in shape. I would cut down to maximum of 250 if I was Fury. Yeah, I mean, because Usyk's not going to fall for the same dumb shit that Wilder did. Wilder fell for that. He thought, well, I need to get stronger. No, you need to be lighter and you need to be fast and you better be ready to throw that right hand. You know what I mean? You think you can knock somebody out at 256 pounds versus you don't think you can knock a bigger guy out at 300, 270? It's funny that. It's a good question. I know it's in Mexico, so Probably have some pretty decent fights. I bet if Kalnaki won his last fight, he'll be fighting Wilder. Yeah. Well, you know they were going to do that anyway. That's Heyman's world. That's Al Heyman's world. I'm telling you. Because see, once people understand that Al Heyman doesn't care about making the best fights if it doesn't involve his fighters. If it involves someone outside of his reach, he's not going to make that done, and he's not going to go out of his way to do anything like that. Because Al Heyman knows he needs control. You know, which that could be a good or bad thing, and in this case is bad because we're not gonna see those fights we claim we want to see. You know what I mean? We're just so used to not seeing fights. Like whatever happened to Ortiz and White. So if Ortiz loses to Andy Ruiz, can we see a Dillian White fight? Why does it have to be all about Dillian White wanting to fight Joshua? Fuck that fight. We've already saw that. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Joshua and Dillian White. I don't care about that fight. That fight's already been done. You want to watch it? Go on to fucking the zone. That's it. I want to see now, hey, how about Al Heyman taking Luis Ortiz, calling Eddie Hearn to get Dillian White so these guys can fight? $2 million apiece. Why not? What do you say? No, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And it's sad. It's just sad. Fury versus Usyk is not going to be interesting. Their styles don't match. Fury can fight AJ defending his belts. Usyk fight Ruiz or Wilder defending his belts. Okolo. How do you know if their styles don't match up unless they fight each other? You don't know that yet. That's a premature statement. That's based on something you think. You don't know that. You ain't going to know it. Now, when it happens, that's the only way. If they fought before, then I can see where you got the reference from. But you can't say that unless you know. Oh, they're not going to. That's not going to be a good fight. How do you know that? You're just speculating. You're just assuming. Let's hit that like button. Usyk and AJ were already locked into a rematch. Stop your BS lies. Why does it appear that Joe Joyce is being left behind? I don't know. Does he? I mean, I don't think so. I think Joyce, man, this is going to be a good fight. This is going to be an actual test for Joe Joyce. This is going to be better than the Bermain Staverns and the Carlos Takams. This is a former champion. Joseph Parker's going to come there, and he's going to be ready. He's going to be in shape. He's going to be ready to box. Not fight. He's going to be ready to box. He's going to be ready to box and move. Keep Joe Joyce big ass coming, looking like a big ass sentinel. You know what I mean? Juggernaut. Keep him back. And when he comes in, you got to make him pay. And you have to make Joyce respect you, because if you don't, he's just going to come walk right over you. Thoughts on the PBC taking 2 of the belts at 140? I just see that's opportunity there for other fighters to fight for it. That's on the PBC banner and roster. Fury was forced to fight Wilder. White was after the Fury versus Wilder trilogy. Seems you don't have your timeline straight. I like Fury. He's kind of sloppy at times and fights real dirty, illegal crap. And refs overlook it. This better not happen. Usyk's team better warn the ref before the fight. Babsy69. They better not hope Lawrence Cole ain't in there. If that Lawrence Cole, that's the same guy that refereed Lomachenko Solito. That was terrible. Fury was not forced to fight Wilder recently. He was scheduled to fight AJ. Fury fought White, not Wilder. Listen, everybody has a choice. Okay, I'll say that. People saying, oh, he didn't have a choice. He had to fight Wilder. Before that arbitration came, understand something. Before it came, somebody get that out. Get that out of there. Get that Omega Com. Get that out of there. Somebody get them out of here. I feel that everybody has a choice, and Wilder wanted his arbitration. I think they felt it was just too. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Get that mess out of here. I think Tyson Fury. I think the excuse was I have to fight him. Contractually, yeah, he could have fought him. But how many times have you seen fighters not follow through with that? He pulled that shit with Vladimir, and he got out of that in a fucked up kind of way because he was like, yeah, I'm doing coke, I'm high, I'm drinking, I'm not training, I'm not fighting. Floyd Mayweather did it to Oscar De La Hoya. That was a contract that had to happen. Andy Ruiz tried to do it with Anthony Joshua until he just decided, no, I'm going to have more money fighting Joshua than Wilder for all the belts. Because, yeah, they were going to offer the shit on pay-per-view. It probably would have did good. But see, Andy Ruiz at that point, he already got a guaranteed fat-ass check in his hand, not something that's promised to him on the back end. See, if somebody offered you a guarantee of something, that guarantee is better. That bird in the hand is better than 2 or 3 in the bush. And that 2 or 3 in the bush shit really won't work if you got that bird in your hand, Oh, absolutely, they do. But Wilder let the contract expire, then used COVID as an excuse. It was a whole bunch of shit there. If it was expired and all that, if that was true, it's so many different conflicting things. You don't know who's telling the truth. But I can tell you this, that Wilder fight was already in plan. Because if Bob Arum already set a stadium date and venue for that location already in place, he already knew they were going to fight him. And so all that shit Eddie Hearn was doing, running around, that was all a cop-out. Barbershop Conversation said he's sat down with Al Heyman. Probably has. Because if, Barbershop Conversations, well, once upon a time was knee deep into, the LDBC stuff, and, that's, I don't know, because, you have to remember, Fred is a politician, though. I don't know how successful of a politician he is, but he's still a politician. So he probably did talk to him. I don't know. Shit. I don't know, Fred been sneak dissing the LDBC, you noticed? Yeah. I think, I don't know what happened. It does make you think, why now? But whatever. Porter's dad slamming the barbershop guy was funny. Oh, slapping. Yeah. Now, I sat down with Kenny Porter, and Kenny told me that whole story. I was at a sports bar. In comes Kenny Porter. And he said, yeah, Curry, I know you. You that guy that did that article, because when it happened, I did a video on it, and I seen him. I was like, wow, that's a trip. It was like me and T Street did videos on that, so I counterpunched it and things of that nature. But then I seen Kenny. Kenny told me the whole spill. It was a trip. He told me how they fell out because they were once cool, why it happened, why he slapped him, and all that. He told me the whole thing. So, bigger Usyk opponent is better for Usyk. Black Fight Fan 78 and CC talking about jail dudes, pimps, and scammers. What was the Fury's excuse for dodging AJ to fight White? Nah, Fury, well, Joshua had already lost the belts, first of all, so I don't think that would have been an appealing fight if that would have happened. So him fighting White was just finally given what he was asked for, and he got knocked the fuck out. But I mean, he finally got it. He didn't fight Wilder; he fought Fury. He fought for the WBC strap, which he never got. He challenged. He was the interim champion for years. We are going live tomorrow for the fight. Absolutely, we're going live tomorrow for the fight. And speaking of fight, I'm going to fight this pizza, take it to the face. I got another video for you guys, so stay tuned for that. And relevant, okay? If you guys listen to me, pay attention. I want you guys to download Relevant, okay? It's an app. It's an app. It's for podcasts. I'm a part of it. Me, Showbiz the Adult, Ellie Setback. We will be going live on it, so we'll be doing it simultaneously. But I want you guys, each and every one of you, to go to your Google store or your Safari or your Apple store and download Safari. Look up Counterpunch Boxing News. Follow me on there because we're going to have some great interviews. We'll have Mike Tyson on there. We're going to have a lot of fighters on that particular platform. That's why it's important to download that app. So if you guys, when you see it, it's relevant, okay? And the vent is VNT, not VENT. It's just relevant, VNT. It's blue, okay? Look up Counterpunch Boxing News, Showbiz the Adult, and then we're gonna have things popping over there. So it's a daring new app. It's kind of like Zoom, but more upgraded because you can do more things than the Zoom platform. So you guys stay tuned for that. Also, stay tuned for me going live tomorrow. We'll be covering Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz, Mexico contra Cuba, right? So it should be a fun fight. I hope we see a knockout, knockdown, knockdowns, right? And some excitement. So stay tuned for that. Everybody, God bless you. Be safe. And everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.